channel. So today I am going to be doing a fashion review on the Met Gala that just took place in New York. So for those of you that don't know, the Met Gala is a fundraising event for the Metropolitan Arts and Costume Institute. So there's a different theme every year, and this year's theme was Heavenly Bodies and the Catholic Imagination, and typically designers are paired with A-list celebrities and they're paired together, and then the designer needs to come up with a design that matches the theme. So let's get straight into it because I have a lot to get off my chest and a lot to talk about. I was given life in some situations, and then there were other outfits I wasn't too keen on. So my favourite outfit was worn by Rihanna. I thought she looked absolutely amazing. She slays the Met Ball every single year, and this year was no different. Rihanna bought costumes, she bought high fashion, she literally bought everything, and she shut down the red carpet, and I was really impressed because the outfit that she wore, it wasn't typically this massive circle skirt with lots of volume like we did see on the red carpet. It was quite a short dress that she wore, but then she wore this off the shoulder kind of coat cape, which I just thought looked amazing. I loved all of the embellishment. That was definitely hundreds and hundreds of hours of hand beading work in there that we saw. The Met Gala is really a time where designers don't have to hold back. They really can just go completely avant-garde with it and really experiment with all their skill sets. And this is the event where we expect to see designers like Gareth Pugh on the carpet, Giles Deacon, those really experimental designers really coming forward and doing what they do best, which is literally putting on a show for us at the Met Gala event. Rihanna's outfit was designed by Mason Margiela, and it just looked flawless. She looked flawless. She was glowing. Everything about the outfit was just perfection. I loved Solange's outfit. Solange, as you probably all know, Solange is my fave. I absolutely love her. I just think she is the embodiment of black girl magic, as is Janelle Monáe. And this year she wore a very sculptural looking dress by Iris Van Herpen, and it had like a very futuristic slash sci-fi kind of look, and I absolutely loved the fact that she wore a do-rag. I love the fact that she wore a do-rag because it was almost like a nod to the black culture of this is for you guys, because every black person wears a do-rag, whether it's to get the waves in your hair, whether it's to go to bed to protect your hair, or whether it's just a fashion statement back in the early 2000s. The nod to the do-rag paired with high fashion I just thought was a really fun fashion statement from Solange, and this is why I love her, because she always does things in her own way. She always interprets things in her own way, and she just marches to the beat of her own drum, and that's why she's my fave. Another amazing look on the carpet that I absolutely loved was Cardi B's. She looked incredible, and for her first Met Gala she really shut it down. I think her stylist Colin Carter deserves a round of applause because he has been serving her looks all year round. I don't think she's had a bad day since he's been working with her. Cardi B wore a dress that was designed by Moschino, and she walked the carpet with Jeremy Scott. They both kind of had matching outfits, which I thought was really nice. I loved this massive skirt that she wore with lots of volume, again with lots of beading, lots of pearls, a lot of handwork in there. Cardi B looks amazing, and to get that fit around her bum because she's pregnant, I just thought it was flawless. She looked amazing, and hopefully we get to see more looks. Chadwick Boseman walks up in the Met Gala looking like King T'Challa. It just looked amazing, and he wore a suit by Versace. I like this kind of off-white colour that they went for instead of that harsh optic white. I think it looked great against his skin. It still looked very clean, and it had bits and pieces of embroidery to kind of tie in with the theme. You had like a cross here and a cross there, but it wasn't overdone, it wasn't too much, it was just right, so that separately they could actually be worn as pieces to go to different events. And then that cape that he wore just brought everything together. I was just like, yes, King T'Challa. Since he's been in Black Panther, he's really been pushing the boat out and experimenting with his fashion, so I hope we get to see more of this side of Chadwick Boseman. I was obsessed with Zendaya's outfit. Zendaya looked incredible in that metallic gown, again by Versace. Literally so many celebrities wore Versace this year, it was crazy, but Zendaya looked incredible, and I'm glad that she kind of took a different take to the Catholic approach. She decided that she was going to channel Joan of Arc, went with an armour sort of look, and all this chain detail. I thought it was just beautiful, and considering that it was a metallic look and there were so many metal details, you know, she had a spiky belt and all these metal chains, the dress still felt very fluid, which I was very impressed with. It didn't look heavy, it still looked very light, and Versace's a master at doing this kind of work on the red carpet, so I'm not surprised at all. Zendaya really does give us different looks every single year for the Met Ball, and she switches it up with different wigs, and she really embraces the themes. I also loved Amal Clooney's dress. She looked absolutely beautiful. It wasn't as over the top as some of the other outfits, but she still looked amazing. She was actually in a gown by Richard Quinn, no surprise there. I absolutely love his work, I love his print work, and he used this really beautiful stained glass window technique with the roses that he used on her dress. The print was just fabulous, and when she stood on the steps and you had that drama from that train, it was just beautiful. It was a really lovely sight to look at. Janelle Monáe this year decided to stick with her monochrome thing of black and white, which she does incredibly well, and it makes sense that Marc Jacobs designed her Met Gala look this year, because that kind of look he's done similar kind of looks in his spring summer 2013 collection, where it was all about those squares, and then we saw check and squares absolutely everywhere on the high street, and that was very much influenced by the collection that he did for Louis Vuitton in 2013, so that was a perfect pairing. I love the headpiece that she wore. I thought that was a very successful headpiece, and then to kind of finish it off with this beautiful large brimmed hat was just impeccable. This is why she's one of my style icons as well, because she never gets it wrong on the carpet. Another outfit that completely took my breath away was Blake Lively's dress. Oh my goodness, it was just so beautiful. There was so much drama and elegance. She wore a gown by Versace, and it was just a perfect pairing. That beautiful deep red colour paired with that gold embellishment, and then when she stood on the stairs and we got all this drama from the train, that is what you call a fashion moment, where you literally just have to stand and look at it, because it is literally like a wearable piece of art. Now onto the looks, I was not really a fan of. I wasn't a fan of Kerry Washington's dress. Her style is always hit and miss to me, and in this situation it was definitely a miss. I loved her hair, I thought her hair looked fabulous, but the dress, I just kind of felt like standing next to all the other dresses, it just kind of did absolutely nothing. I thought it was boring, and it almost kind of looked like an afterthought. It was almost like her stylist realised that she needed to go to the Met Ball, and then she rushed to the showroom, and then it was the only dress left at the showroom. Yeah, I just feel like Kerry Washington can do so much better. I also wasn't feeling Madonna's dress at all. I just thought it looked a bit heavy, and I know she partnered with Jean-Paul Gaultier to do the dress. Just wasn't feeling it, kind of expected more because it's Madonna. Didn't really like the dress, didn't really care for it. And I felt the same way about Kate Upton's dress, and when I realised that it was by Zac Posen, I was very surprised, because usually Zac does these massive dresses, and I kind of looked at the dress and I was kind of like, oh, okay, what happened? And to my surprise, I really didn't like Sarah Jessica Parker's look this year, which is weird because she's like the queen of the Met Ball. She always goes all out, but I just didn't like it this year. I think it was very literal. It was a very literal interpretation of the theme, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like she tried to do what Rihanna did, which was incorporate costume but kept it high fashion. I know it was a Dolce & Gabbana look, and I absolutely loved Dolce & Gabbana's collection this year, but I just wasn't feeling it on Sarah Jessica Parker. I also wasn't a fan of Priyanka Chopra's dress. Compared to everybody else's, it just looked very boring, and it was just very okay. Like, it's a lovely dress, but I feel like for the Met, everybody just needs to step it up with Cardi B, with Blake Lively, and with Rihanna. Once you've seen those dresses, I think you need to elevate a little bit. But I think my least favourite outfit of the night was worn by Salma Hayek. Nope, the whole outfit was just bad. I'm not even sure who she was wearing, but it was just not a good outfit. I just thought, who is your stylist? Like, your stylist should not have put you in this for the Met. Like, the Met Gala is such a high profile, extravagant event. This dress should have been an automatic no. It literally looked like she went to the park for a picnic and then realised she had to go to the Met Gala and rushed straight from the picnic straight to the Met Gala and forgot her shoes. I was just a bit confused by the length of it, by everything, by the hair, by the makeup. It kind of looked like there was no effort put in. So guys, we have come to the end of the video and I hope you've enjoyed my fashion review. If you have any comments, make sure you leave them below. Tell me whose outfits were your favourites. Tell me which looks were not your favourite. Let's have a conversation about it. Hopefully I will be doing more of these videos, so stay tuned and come back soon. Bye!